Go ahead and need some quick splices, or you could use some T-taps. I'm personally going to use these. Alright, in my case I'm going to use a switch, some electrical tape, something to cut wire, and a Phillips head. So you could go ahead and open the back of the whatever it is, the bumper light or whatever, and some extra wire, which is here. And yeah, let's get started on this. Alright guys, so we're gonna start doing this mod. First I added some tape, that way whenever we work on it, we'll make sure that we don't scratch it before we even put it on the car. So the first thing you want to go ahead and do is remove these screws from the housing. Right here, oh, right here, right there. So we could go ahead and open it up. The other thing you want to go ahead and do is you're gonna have these. One of them is a red wire, and what you want to go ahead and do is unpin the blue wire, so the one that's in the middle. For that, all you have to go ahead and do is get a flathead and small enough and unpin it and just push it out, and it's going to come out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back to see how it looks after we go ahead and do that. Alright, so once you open this up, once you remove the screws, just lift it up slowly. Make sure you don't put any of these wires here. Put your little screws to the side. The cool thing about these screws is that it comes with a little like plastic washer, so make sure you don't lose track of that. So once you're here, all you have to do is pretty straightforward. So you see this green wire, this is the positive, so the V can turn on. So this one at the moment, this positive is connected to this. So whenever you turn on whenever you hook up the red wire, it's going to turn on the V and the square. So in this case, we want to go ahead and do that independent. So all we have to do is follow this green wire all the way over here and trim it at the base. You could either use a soldering iron, which I have one, but I'm too lazy to turn it on, or you could just get a pair of pliers and cut it off at the base. I already went ahead and unpinned this. All you have to do is get a flathead screwdriver and just poke it in there, and it'll push out. So another thing you want to do is snap this out, since we no longer need that connection. Boom. Put that aside. So I'm not sure if it's reusable, which I'm not going to reuse it. And then cut this wire. Well, leave it for now because we don't know how long we need it. But that, as far as this goes, we're done with this. Now over here, we need to snap this wire, get another wire, feed it through here, and feed it all the way through this loom, all the way back here. That will be inside the car. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, snap that, and try to locate an extra wire that's long enough, and then we'll go on from there. Alright, so what I did now is I cut this from right over here, which is the green wire, and then I connected it to this red wire that I fed through the little hole. The red wire was just the extra wire that came with the light. So I went ahead and soldered this. Got my heat shrink right here, so just cover that up, and then just heat shrink that. And then with this, I'll probably just get some electrical tape and run it down. I took this off the stock one, so whenever it's on top of the exhaust, we have that. And I also took these, that way we could tighten it up. I'm not going to go ahead and show a video of how to remove the third brake light, since there's already one on YouTube. Just check it out. And then yeah, so let's go ahead and get this closed up right here. It's already nice and soldered. Close it up, close this back up. Alright, so now I closed it back up. I screwed everything back in, and I fed the wire, the red wire, through the little grommet, and I pretty much just went all around it with electrical tape. Fucking felt like forever. So all around, and now on this end I have this one, which is going to be connected to the reverse light, this one, which is be connected to the brake light. That way the middle square flashes whenever you hit the brakes. This one is gonna be for the, I think, running lights. And this one is just our parking light. So yeah, let's get started. And then I'm gonna add the switch to it. That way everything, the middle square doesn't turn on unless I want it to. And I'll show you how I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and install this in the car. That way I make sure that everything is correct. Okay, so I got the bumper light installed already. You can clearly see. And then we move over here to the top of the vehicle and we connect the reverse light. It's already plugged in there. And then on this side we have, this is the light for the triangle. This is the light that goes into, for it to flash whenever you hit the brakes. And this is the extra wire we went ahead and added for the fourth brake light. So what I went ahead and did, instead of us trying to splice into 3 of these wires, what I went ahead and did is this is the one that will flash whenever you hit the brake. So that one's going to be the green one. So I put my T-tab right there. And then for the running lights is going to be only 1 wire. So we connect this one to the red one, and then the other one to the green one. And if you see over here, what essentially the switch is going to do is going to cut the circulation between the running light and the little triangle. So whenever we have it switched on, it's going to turn on. Whenever we have it switched off, we're going to have it switched off. This, you could just easily install it. You know, you could cut out a hole on the carpet, put it there, and just have the switch on and off. This T-tabs, the cool thing about them is on the other end, you could easily unhook them and hook them back in case you were ever to sell the bumper light. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. So essentially, whenever this is on, it's going to power both the V light and the triangle. Whenever this is off, it's only going to power the V and not the triangle. So let's go ahead and clean this up and I'll show you the outcome of it. So I went ahead and plugged everything in. Alright, so the switch is right here. I haven't plugged in. Well, I guess I could plug it in, but I'm not going to. Yeah, let's go ahead and plug that in. So let's plug that in back to this. Just alright, so everything's plugged in. Alright, so everything's plugged in right now. Step back, and the V is just on. We move over here, we flip the switch, and the V and the annoying triangle is on. So let's see if I can flip the switch off, and the V is on. Flip the switch on, off. See how bright that is? The people behind you will be pretty annoyed. So off, on, off, on, and there you go. Alright, so this is the finished product. I finished cleaning everything up. Boom, nice. I went ahead and made a little hole for the switch. So there you go. On, off. So it's on, it's off, on, off. So yeah, whenever there's fog or there's really bad weather or it's raining really hard, I know you can put the switch up front, but I'm just gonna leave it in the trunk. Just pop the truck, turn it on, turn it off. Well, there you go, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to leave comments down below. Thanks for watching.